Welcome to Quiet on the Set Reviews Quickie Edition, where we bring you little snippets of all the new horror movies out in theaters. Today's first movie is The Crow.
All right, guys. So, soulmates Eric Draven and Shelley Webster are murdered when the demons of Shelley's past catch up with them. Eric decides to trade his soul for hers, the only cost, putting the wrong things right in the form of revenge. So what'd you think, Nick?
Well, you can't go into this movie wanting the original Crow. Just, it's not going to happen. The first and second acts were painfully slow.
It was rough.
It was really rough.
It was
painful.
aged.
Yeah. The only thing that really kind of saved it for me was the third act. And we had this beautiful scene in the opera house that kind of saves the movie a little bit. Not completely, but
Definitely.
a little bit.
Yeah, best part of the movie. You get this really beautiful juxtaposition between this eloquent, elaborate, beautiful opera and this extremely brutal, messy, dirty, even a little bit campy fight scene where you're just getting tons of people killed, some really cool, really fun, really interesting kills, and tons of gore. There's blood and body parts everywhere, and it's all in this background of this beautiful opera music, and then it flashes back and forth quite a bit. Best part of the whole movie. I would have rather watched just an extended version of that than any other part of the movie. It was kind of a bummer. There were a couple of pretty shots. I think the acting was fine. We spend a big part of the first half of the movie getting the background of Shelley and Eric and their love story, and I either needed way more of that or way less with a time jump that just led me to believe that they were in love, because when the moment came for me to be devastated and feel all the feels, it totally fell flat. I felt nothing. The murder scene itself was lackluster.
I was gonna say that's for me, that was really lackluster, because as we all know, that it's supposed to be, him coming back is supposed to be something for a gruesome death, something that was horrible. It fell flat.
Yeah, it was, and I hate to say that I'm disappointed that a murder wasn't as horrible as I wanted it to be. But when we were walking out, you said something that totally made sense. You're the movie sense doesn't make sense if you just make that murder just oh, guess she's dead now. It loses everything else. You
really could have taken the names and changed them and then just dropped this into the Crow timeline of movies that are out there, and it would have worked just fine. But
yeah, and it's long, guys. It's not like a 90-minute
It's hour and
movie.
50.
Yeah, it's a long movie, and it feels longer. So slashes.
I'm gonna be generous and give it 2.
Very nice. I'm gonna give it 1.75, and I'm telling you right now, if that fight scene hadn't been so glorious, it would probably just be a 0.75.
And that's why I'm being generous.
So save yourself the money and just give it a quick Goog so you can watch that beautiful opera fight scene at home, or stream it when it's somewhere for free. I would not go and sit for almost more than 2 hours in a movie theater and pay the full price ticket for that.
And remember, can't rain all the time.